he said part of the sermon, أعطينا العلم. We were given knowledge. Now, the knowledge that we have today as normal people is different than the knowledge that Ahlul Bayt Salam Allah they attain and get. We get knowledge by the means of حصولي. We have to seek knowledge and get it by learning. But Ahlul Bayt Salam Allah alayhim, their ilm is حضوري. It is revealed to them, Salam Allah alayhim. The knowledge comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Angel Jibreel and through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And it's passed through Ahlul Bayt Salam Allah alayhim. They get this knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أعطينا العلم. العلم ألف لام الاستغراق. All the knowledge, with no exception. كل العلوم, everything, all the knowledge. أعطينا العلم والحلم. We were given also forbearance. Now, forbearance is used when you deal with people outside in the society. Somebody insults you, somebody says something bad. How do you deal with it? Ahlul Bayt had this hilm in its utmost level and stages. A man comes and he insults the Imam السجاد سلام الله عليه on his way. The Imam never says anything. The man comes from the front side of the Imam and he says, إياك أعني, I mean you. The Imam says, وعنك أعرض, I just ignore you. Ahlul Bayt taught us how to be in good positions, in positive positions instead of negative. Never respond to the insult of the Juhal. Ignore them. وَإِذَا خَاطَبُهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. Just ignore them. Because that will eventually cause a fight at the end of the day. You say something, and then he responds, and then you insult, and he insults. And then it comes the violence, bodily violence. And you both end up in the court or prison. So there's no point of going and arguing too much in such social aspects. So the Imam Salamullah alayhi, he was given the hilm, forbearance. وَالسَّمَاحَةَ وَأُعْطِينَا السَّمَاحَةَ. We were also given forgiveness and generosity. Ahlul Bayt always forgive, even those who insult them, even those who were their enemies just a few minutes ago, who stood against them, like the army of Hur al-Riyahi, Ridwanullah alayhi. They forgive. In tubta, tab Allah. This is the rule. Wal-fasahata, eloquence. The words of the Imam differs from the words of anyone in the world. They bring the most educated person, professors. They cannot make and form a sentence like this. Only Ahlul Bayt Salamullah. Eloquent. وَالشَّجَاعَةَ. I don't have to explain. The bravery of Ahlul Bayt was visible on the day of Ashura, was visible on the day of Siffin, on the day of Jamal, on the day of Nahrawan, by the fiqar of Amir al-Mu'min Ali alayhi salam. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. وَالشَّجَاعَةَ. The bravery wasn't just to use the sword and arrows. The shaja'ah, the bravery was used when he stood before the tyrant Yazid and he spoke these words. That is the true bravery. كلمة حق عند سلطان جائر. To say the true word before a tyrant. It's so difficult. You might be hanged, tortured, jailed. But this is one of the best a'mal, to say the truth in the front of the evil. وأعطينا والمحبة في قلوب المؤمنين. The last part. We were given the mahabba, the love of the people in their hearts. People love us. They have fondness towards us. The mahabba that today we see, that millions walk every year towards the shrine of Al-Hussein salamullah alayhi, day of Arba'in. What brought them in this country where the security is not in its place and it's not stable, the services are not quite fit? So the hearts who loved Ahlul Bayt walk towards Karbala. وَالْمَحَبَّةَ فِي قُلُوبِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Don't forget, the Imam says Al-Mu'mineen means those who are not mu'min, who do not believe in Ahlul Bayt. They have no mahabba towards them. Allah did not give them this nur and this enlightenment of loving Ahlul Bayt in their hearts. It is only gained and attained by the love and pursuing of the path of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salam.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Imam salamullah alayh, he was generous as his grandfathers and fathers. He used to go out in the darkness of the night carrying a heavy bag of food and gifts, and he goes and he knocks the doors of the poor people and families in Medina, and he gives them the food and the gifts. Those families await the Imam's arrival on the doorstep, but they cannot recognize him because he used to cover his face and never said who he was. And they used to say, when the Imam arrives with the bag filled with food and gifts, the owner of the bag came, and they used to rush and take their gifts and food from the Imam alayhi salam. In the time of poverty, in the time of the rule of the tyrants who looted everything from the Muslims, took the wealth of the Muslims. One of the so-called Khulafa, when he died, they brought out his wealth, what he had, to give it to the inheritors. They found that he had blocks of gold. They start to break the gold with axes. Imagine. So-called Khalifa al-Muslimin, he left with the wealth of breaking bricks of gold. Subhanallah. What kind of Khalifa is this person? And then you have the poor in Medina, poverty in Iraq, and other places. And when the Imam salamullah alayhi passed away as a shaheed, they did the Imam ghusl al-mayyit, and they found on his shoulder the marks of carrying heavy bags. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 nights, continuous nights after nights. The marks were visible on his back, on his shoulder. Salamullahi alayhi. Imam Salamullah alayhi lived in the time of one of the tyrants. As you know, when Yazid la'nullah, he went away. He just lived 3 years after Ashura, the event of Karbala, and he died. And he has no grave because he was lost, according to a historic event, that he went for hunting in some kind of fields, green fields, and then he was lost and eventually died. No grave, nothing was left as a sign from his body. So then the Marwani came over the rule. Marwan ibn Hakam and his offspring. Abd al-Malik bin Marwan came while the Imam alayhi salam was in Medina. And he was jealous towards the Imam alayhi salam. He ruled for some time oppressively, but the moment of death came, and before his death he appointed his son Al-Walid. لعن الله والد وما ولد. He appointed his son Walid to take the responsibility of the so-called Khilafah, the so-called